Hi, I'm Nathan, and this is Thoughts from on the Road with RV for Jesus. Thanks for joining us today. Today we're going back into 1 Corinthians chapter 13 and look at what real love, godly love is. Paul talks about it here in 1 Corinthians chapter 13. Last week we looked at what Paul says if we don't have love, what we are and what we are like. And if you'd like to see that, the link will be down below in the comments or in the description area. This week we're going to look at verse number 4, where Paul starts to tell us what love is and what love is not. And he says here in verse number 4, charity suffereth long and is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity vaunteth not itself, is not puffed up. What does Paul mean by that? Well, very simply, first of all, let's look at these things one at a time. Charity suffereth long. Well, he means exactly what it sounds like there. It suffers long. It's patient. Now, that is a word we as Americans today don't know a lot about. We like microwave dinners and instant food, and we like to have instant fast service as we pull through, and if we have to wait more than 2 minutes, we get upset. But Paul says love, charity is patient. It suffers long. We are patient with people. And folks, love first starts in our own lives and in our own relationships with our husband, our wife, our spouse, and with our kids. Okay, so we have to start there and practice there, and then we can go out, reach out, and show others what that love is because we're practicing it. Okay, so Paul says charity is patient, love is patient. Then he says love is kind. Now the word kind here is a little bit different than the word we think of as kind. Okay, the word kind here means to be useful, to be benevolent. That means it's helpful. Okay, and Paul says love helps others. Love doesn't look to get stuff for itself, but rather it looks to outreach to others and help others in need. We see that a lot as we travel around with the RV. Sometimes we might need some help backing into a spot, or may have a breakdown or something like that, and somebody will come over and say, hey, can I help you out? And we do the same thing with others. If we see somebody who's new and has a question, we talk to them about it and give them some advice. And if you need advice about RVing, please check out our webpage. But Paul goes on and says, charity envieth not. What does envieth not mean? Just exactly what it sounds like there. Paul says, love does not look at something that someone else has gotten and go, oh, I wish I had that. Oh, I deserve that. Oh, why do they have it and I don't have it? Real love doesn't act that way. Real love is happy when other people get things that they deserve. And even if they don't deserve them, love is happy that they got it because it helps them. Then Paul goes on to say, charity vaunteth not itself. Now that has to do a little bit with envy, because envying thinks, oh, I deserve that. Well, Paul says, charity vaunteth not itself. That means it doesn't become prideful or boastful. Okay? It doesn't look to increase itself, but rather to help increase others. And then finally, Paul says, is not puffed up. And again, that's concerning pride. It is, well, look at me more than look at them. No, love says, look at them, don't look at me. They deserve the credit. They deserve the praise. They deserve to be acknowledged. Don't look at me. Putting other people first. And that's exactly what real love does. In a relationship, with our children, with others, we put others first. And that's what godly love is about. Next week, we'll go on to verse 5 and see some more about what Paul says love does and does not do. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to hit that like button.